Jurassic World Rebirth is going to be coming out on July 2nd, so just 5 months from now, we're going to be getting our new Jurassic Park movie. But the trailers that have come out to market Rebirth introduced us to a ton of new species of dinosaurs and brought back some old ones while also giving them some wildly different designs that have got a lot of people talking. So today we're going to be going over every new animal in the film, or at least the new ones that we know about so far. What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Now, to kick things off, I want to talk about the Titanosaurus, which is the new giant sauropod for Jurassic World Rebirth. This thing is massive, and it has one of the most dynamic and striking designs, in my opinion, at least among those that we got a glimpse of in the trailer. Now, those whip-like tails are obviously something that can be used for defense, especially against predators like Spinosaurus or T-rex, although this thing is so big that I really don't think anything would even try to take them down. That being said, they also have a very striking skull shape and come adorned with loads of orange webbing around their necks and tails. I really like the design of this thing, and depending on how they use it in the film, I actually think this could be one of the breakout animals for Jurassic World Rebirth. We've never seen a clone like this before, so I'd like to see if it gets shown off alongside something like the classic Brachiosaurus, just to see how titanic these new ones really are. Moving on, we've got a new look at the Quetzalcoatlus. Now, this is an animal that I know a lot of people have said may have been changed during development, and that's because it looks radically different from the last Quetzal that we saw in Jurassic World Dominion. That animal was way bigger too, so this thing has been changed drastically, but it's actually interacting with the cast here in some action sequences, so I guess the downsize does come with some fun ideas. Now, I'm not sure if this creature is supposed to be a male or female variant on the last design, and I kind of doubt it because the trailer tells us that this is the place where Jurassic Park dumped all of its messed up clones. So it could just be a wildly different version, like a much earlier Quetzalcoatlus from the 90s that either InGen made or, the one that we saw in Jurassic World Dominion was just specifically one that Biosyn engineered. Now, believe it or not, there was supposed to be a Quetzalcoatlus made by InGen in the abandoned Jurassic World Regenesis story. This was a prequel web series that got shut down years ago. I think that it was really just a pitch. So the idea of InGen making one of these things back then, it really has been floated around even recently before in the past. But this new blue looking Quetzalcoatlus with a toucan-like bill is pretty different from any design we've seen of it before in Jurassic Park. And I'm actually looking forward to this scene the most in terms of action because it could be really, really fun. And yes, I know it's a flying reptile and not a dinosaur. Now we get into some really strange stuff. There's actually what looks to be the tiger-striped male velociraptor from the Lost World Jurassic Park stuck inside of this glass tank, and believe it or not, it has two heads. Not sure if we're going to see any normal ones with one head running around in the movie, but we do get a glimpse of a grayish looking animal's feet walking by in the first trailer. Now, part of me wonders if this is a new design or if they're using the female velociraptors from Jurassic Park 3, and that's mainly due to the other animals like the Spinosaurus showing up for this new movie. So Jurassic Park 3 famously has a lot of mystery surrounding why its dinosaurs look so different compared to the ones in the other films, so I can see that being a fun addition if they're playing with the idea. Also, we already saw a Lost World looking one in the tank, so why not have the female variant from the third movie? Also, it could really tie into how those raptors from Jurassic Park 3 were so different from the ones that were actually shipped over to Jurassic Park. If this is the place where they've bred their first batch of clones, maybe Dr. Wu said, hey, we need to mess with the raptors a bit and make them a little more safe for Jurassic Park, and it still wasn't safe enough. So moving on, we've got the Spinosaurus. In particular, this one is super interesting because this thing looks nothing like the ones from Jurassic Park 3. Currently, the speculation is that these are clones that are just messed up and left to survive and fight for their own on the island, but they really have given these things a massive design overhaul. recall. One of the reasons I've always been skeptical of the Spinosaurus redesigns, and I'm talking about in the paleontological world, you know, the ones that have come out over the last 10 years, is that the paleontology community has gone back and forth on what these looked like so quickly and with such wildly different proportions and debates and theories that there isn't really a single design that stays relevant for longer than a few years. This thing looks way more like what you see in the 2014 and 2017 or even early 2020s reconstructions for the animal, while the one from Jurassic Park 3 is way more upright, moving, and scary in the face. It's hard to tell if InGen just got way closer with their cloning process in the 90s before abandoning it to wow part guests with the more slick and cool Spinosaurus design from 2001, but whatever the case may be, there's been a little pack of the animals living in a symbiotic relationship with the Mosasaurs in this film. Spinosaurus is so interesting because it not only looks different color-wise, but they have totally gone for like the 2010s reconstructions of the animal and said, hey, Jurassic Park originally made them look like this. And on top of that, this movie is telling us, yeah, these are the worst of the worst messed up clones they left abandoned on the island. That's really interesting when you really think about it. Now, the other animal in that scene, speaking of that animal, it's also drastically different from the older one. The creature in the Jurassic World trilogy is this massive blue crocodilian leviathan that escaped into the open ocean during the opening scene of Fallen Kingdom. This Mosasaurus was probably living around this island way back in the 1980s or 90s if what the trailer is saying is true, which I have no idea how to explain away or figure that out, but maybe there's more to the story than we know. It's green in coloration and has a blue killer whale style underbelly, and it looks like it's attacked and capsized a ship or two in its life. I gotta say, everything going on in this scene looks just insane, but I also think this could be really exciting and gnarly if they do it well. I mean, I personally thought that the second trailer they aired at the Super Bowl, which cut down on the quips, was way better. And look, the Mosasaurus can be really scary when the characters take it seriously, especially if one of the Spinosaurs gets attacked while trying to attack the ship they're all on because it got too carried away with being around the much larger marine animal. I mean, there are good ideas here, but I personally just feel like cutting the quips down in that second trailer really made that scene way more intense. Now, other dinosaurs we see in the trailer, like the Dilophosaurus and Tyrannosaurus, are on this island too. The spitter looks like it's the same one from Jurassic World Dominion, but this will be the first time we ever see it in a full CGI model outside of the hologram from Jurassic World. The Tyrannosaur just looks awesome in my opinion. It comes with a greenish yellow body and the tiger stripes that are reminiscent of the bull male T-rex from the Lost World. Not too sure why this one was left on the island though, because we don't really know how it all ties into the plots of Jurassic Park and the Lost World, but I do like the fact that classic Jurassic Park animals are here as well. Now, we did see a Parasaurolophus carcass and some behind the scenes stuff, but that looks like a Biosyn clone from Dominion, so not too sure what to make of that just yet. They could just cover it up with CGI for all we know, or that company is involved with this island too, which would kind of help smooth over some ideas for why so much stuff looks so much more modern in the laboratory, but I don't know, just a theory. Now, obviously, there's a lot more dinosaurs in this movie that we haven't seen just yet, so I'm sure that we're going to be getting more information on them in the future. Some of the rumored species include Aquilops, a new Triceratops, Maiasaura, and I'm guessing we're going to have other returning animals like Brachiosaurus, Stegosaurus, and hopefully Carnotaurus. I think that would be awesome to see them on the island, especially in that camouflaging scene from Michael Crichton's novel. But anyways, guys, this is just a breakdown on what we've seen so far. So, what do you guys think? What is your favorite creature you've seen from the film in the trailers, and what else do you think is going to show up in the future? I didn't go over any of the toys because you never really know if that's going to actually be in the movie, and Dilophosaurus came out of nowhere, so they could drop a CGI asset from one of the other Jurassic World movies, maybe tweak it a little bit and drop it off in the background for all we know. But hey, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear all about them in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I want to thank everyone that's helped me build my channel over the years. I'd also like to thank every one of you guys who've watched my stuff. You've all been extremely cool to me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and hope that you'll consider subscribing. God bless you all. Christ is King. See you guys in the next video, and as always, take it easy.